everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hello and welcome to my channel. Today I decided to paint another burger. Yes, I can never have enough. I can never have enough and I can never have too much of burger painting tutorials. And I love painting burgers. I love painting food in general because I don't know, the irregularity of the shape of the subject makes me paint more freely and without compromising the realism that I want to achieve in my paintings. Again, as always, I'll be linking in the description box below the reference image for this painting tutorial. And let me now tell you the colors that we will be using for today's painting. So I've prepared them already. We have a burnt sienna, we have a red, brilliant red, titanium white. We will be using a lot of titanium white today, I suppose. We have mid yellow or cadmium yellow. You can use that. Black and a sap green. So as you can see here, my canvas is already painted with grayish color. This is only a personal preference of mine. Actually, this is an old painting of mine that I did in 2017 and now I'm painting over it. I literally said goodbye to the painting. Literally, I just did not video that part, but I literally said goodbye to this painting. It's an old painting of mine and I think it's time for me to let this go because I don't like it anymore. So that's why you can see that it's grayish. You can use any background color that you want for your own painting. You can use white, black, you can do whatever color that you want. I just chose some gray color because I really want to cover the old painting. If I use white, the old painting kind of peeks through the color. So I used a little bit of black and it turned out to be this gray. So that was a 2-minute intro for this painting. Let's begin sketching the subject now. And for the sketching part, I think I'll be using a smaller brush. I'll be using my good old square brush, very small one, just to show you the general look of the painting. Again, I'll be linking in the description box below the reference image for this one so you can see what we will be doing for today's painting. So for the sketch part, I'm just going to use my white. I'm going to add a tiny bit of burnt sienna to that. Okay, white. I could have used black, but since my background is already dark, I want to use something that is visible to you guys. So let's start now. I'm gonna do the bun. Okay, like that. And we'll make some adjustments later if the bun is quite thin or thick. We'll just adjust everything. There is no right or wrong when it comes to the thickness of the buns. All right. So again, let's just continue sketching. This is like the ham and cheese part. You know, this painting is, this image is already making me hungry. Alright. So we do it one by one. No rush in sketching it. After the sketch part, it's all fun and games for me. Coloring. And then we do the meat part, which is the yummiest thing of all. And then I'm gonna do some tomatoes. And then we'll be doing some green, what do you call those greens, guys? Those green things on your burger. Do you like those green things on the burger? Some people don't like it. But when it comes to painting, let's do the general look of the burger that is quite appealing to the general public. Right. Okay, that would be the, I forgot the name, the vegetable. The cabbage? Is it the cabbage? So this is the bottom bun. Oh, this looks yummy already. I can imagine it already done. So you can actually picture how the burger is going to look like. All right, now let's underpaint every section of the burger. It's like cooking the burger. All right, so I'm gonna get my burnt sienna, add tiny bit of yellow, mid yellow, and red. Okay, I'm gonna add white and tiny bit of black. Okay, maybe I'm gonna add more yellow, but again, this is the underpainting, so don't you worry. I'm gonna add more red. Let's just try to underpaint it. I hope you can see the color. Yeah, you can see that. So just underpaint it. And as always, this is the time when you remove the sketch lines. You don't want the hard lines from the sketch lines that we did. The sketch lines are only the guide for you where the colors are, or where the things are gonna go, and where you should end and start the color. So again, this is underpainting. My canvas is moving. I did not tape the back of my canvas on the surface. Oops, dry acrylics. All right. Okay, that is the first layer for the color of the bun. I'm gonna get my white. I'm gonna allow the brownie colors to mix with the white. So you can see I'm not really careful. I'm not careful when it comes to underpainting. Alright, I'm gonna get again my browns. And then some yellows. I'm just blending everything together. We're not yet doing the highlights. We're just trying to get the general color of the bun. All right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna do the second layer for the brownie color. I'm gonna get my burnt sienna. Okay, add yellow, red, okay, and then white. Okay, try to add more red, maybe yellow. So just adjust the color as necessary. And again, I'm gonna do the second layer for the bun. I might do it now. I might as well do it now because the colors on my paintbrush is still there. So I want to use or make use of the remaining colors on my paintbrush. I'm gonna use pure burnt sienna right here on the right side. Like that. All right, and I think I'm gonna allow that first to dry before we go on to um, layering again. So now let's move on to the meat part. I think we should because the color is quite similar. It's quite dark brown, so I'm just gonna add my black color. I'm gonna dab onto my black without washing my brush. I'm gonna wet my brush, but I'm not gonna wash it really. I'm gonna mix it with the brownie color that I have here and just underpaint first the meat part with the black color. Alright, like that. So that's the underpainting for the meat part. Alright, and now I'm gonna allow that first to dry. Let's move on to, where should I move on? I'm gonna go to the last bun. Okay, I'm doing it section by section, but I'm not doing it in sequence, like in sequence, right? It's like I'm not doing it from top to bottom. I'm doing it from based on how I see the arrangement of the burger, right? Yeah, it's like one is on top of the other, so I will paint the bottom most portion of the burger as I see it. All right, you can do whatever portion you want to do first, but what I'm doing is the bottom most portion of the bun instead of doing the inside of the burger, so that even if it gets covered, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to repaint it. I hope that makes sense, guys. So I'm gonna underpaint the bottom bun, and for that I'll be okay. I just got some green paint. I'm gonna get my white, add just a tiny bit of brown, super tiny bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get my white and tiny bit of yellow. I'm gonna add tiny bit of black just to tone the whiteness down. I'm gonna use this to underpaint this part. Actually, it's too light. I'm gonna add more black to make it a little grayish, but not too gray. Alright, like that. Okay, I think that's good underpainting. I'm gonna get my burnt sienna and I'm gonna add some browny colors along the edge. Just like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna allow this first to dry. Let's wash our brush out and let's move on to, I think I'm gonna do the ham and yeah, the ham part. So I'm gonna get again my brown. I'm gonna add white like this. Okay, I'm gonna add tiny bit of red. Okay, so I select this color and I'm gonna use that to paint the ham. All right, like that. Now I'm going to get my red, okay? I'm going to extend it here on the bun because it's the same color anyway. All right, now I'm gonna wash my brush out. Then I'm gonna get some red. I'm gonna get my red. I'm gonna add tiny bit of burnt sienna to make it a little strong red. And we're going to color the next ham. It's more reddish than the first one that we did. Right, like that. Okay. So this is the next ham. We're still in the underpainting process, guys. Don't you worry if it does not make sense to you just yet, because we're not yet done. All right, now I'm gonna get, again, my red, but this time I'll be mixing that with yellow to make some orangey color, and this is for the tomato. So we're going to create the tomato, and that would be next to the meat. Okay, I'm gonna get my yellow. Okay, I think I'm gonna use another brush because it's mixing with my red. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this yellow to blend it with the reddish color of the tomato. All right, I'm gonna wash my brush out. Then let's move on to doing the greens. For the underpainting of the greens, I'm gonna use my Sap Green plus black, right? And let's just color the whole section this color. You don't have to worry too much about the detailing, the ruffles. Let's just color it this way. So by actually doing first the underpainting, then you don't stress too much about the shape of what you're painting. You only focus on the color or the general color before you do the highlights. It simplifies your life actually. Well, it does to mine. To here. Okay. I'm just gonna get one color, guys, from my storage room while I'm waiting for this to dry. Okay, sorry for that in short interruption. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna get my yellow. Okay, without washing my brush, I'm just gonna apply some yellowness to the greens. You know, it's raining here. This is the time for you to focus more on the detail. I'm gonna mix that with white so that I lighten some areas. Going to add more details later, but let's do whatever it is that we can do now, right? And of course you can hear the background noise, street noises. Okay, now I'm gonna add some black color. So using my black, I'm gonna identify where the depth is gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna mix my black with my brown. And I'm going to outline the bun, the top bun. Just gonna outline it. Okay, like that. And I'm also going to make some markings on ham. All right, like that. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. Okay, I'm just gonna wait, guys. Right. So I just checked my phone for some messages because I'm still waiting for the paint to dry. Anyway, now let's go back to coloring it. Okay, now I'm gonna go for some brownie colors. So I'm gonna get my brown and white. And I'm gonna apply it randomly on the meat part so that it gets more detailed. So you can see here, I'll be using my fingers to apply the colors. Like so. I'm gonna add some details right here. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get my white. Okay, the paint is not actually dry. I'm just gonna get my hair dryer. And now it's easier for me to layer it because the paint is already dry. When the paint's still wet, it's just hard for me to paint over it. That's why I really like acrylics over oil. Okay, now again, using white, let's highlight. Right? And keep on going, guys. I might add a little more leaf here because I feel like they're quite there's some sort of imbalance right here. So I'm gonna highlight so you can tell already from which direction the light is coming, and that is from what? It's from the left side. Alright, and of course, if we're highlighting the left side, we should also highlight the left side of the bun. Okay. I'm gonna wash my brush out, and we're going to make the bun, the bottom bun, more gray later. Let's add some leaves. Okay. I feel that it's quite empty. And then I'm gonna allow that first to dry before I highlight again. Okay, now I'm gonna get some browny yellow. I'm gonna get my burnt sienna plus yellow plus red, maybe plus white. And I'm just gonna use this to, again, detail the bun. Right there. And I'm gonna use the same color to darken this area. And I'm gonna dab on some irregular markings on the bun. Here. Okay, like that. Just to make it more realistic. Also here. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna gray something. I'm gonna use watered down black. Okay. Do not use too much black here. I'm just gonna gray this portion between the ham and the bun to give it some sort of dimension. Right? So it's definitely making sense now. And we're 40 minutes in. All right. I really like painting burgers, guys. It's just one of my favorites. I'm gonna get my white. Again, just highlighting. Like that. And along the edge of the bun. Also here. Like that. And some highlights on the leaves. that. I'm gonna get some yellow. And I'm gonna yellow some portion of the leaves here. It's like this, okay. To make your life easy, just glaze over it. You don't have to go individually, just glaze it. Also here. Okay. Did you know that while painting this, I'm actually watching very relaxing ASMR video. I don't know if you do that too, but I do. That's why you see me touching my phone every time, because sometimes I have to repeat the video. It's quite relaxing to just watch. Sometimes I listen, but it kind of distracts with while I'm talking to you guys. But I do watch ASMR while painting. Let me know if you do that as well. If you find watching other videos relaxing while painting. We're going to do some sesame seeds later. I'm gonna highlight the tomato part. Okay, wash your brush out. And then again, I'm gonna get my black. And between the meat, oops, sorry, there's some white. Between the meat and the tomato, I'm just gonna outline it with some black so that we give it some dimension and depth. So it's like that, okay? And also separating the ham and the patty. We're going to make some outline, dark outlines like that. Also here. And then I'm gonna darken this part of the tomato. It's not really receiving enough light. It should not be highlighted that much. Again, using black, just make some more depth. I don't know, can you hear the street noise? Alright, like that. Wow. We haven't done the sesame seeds yet. So using this black, I'm just gonna go and outline again the bottom portion of the burger. This way I can correct the shape of the bottom bun. And since the light is coming from the left side, I'm gonna extend the shading right here. Alright, like that. Let's do some sesame seeds before we do some more detailing on the burger. And for that, I'll be using a more pointy brush. So you can see a more pointy brush. And I'll be using some brown and white. Similar, very similar to the color of the bun. only that, we'll be adding white and tiny bit of black, okay, so that it can be seen. So this is the color. Maybe add more white to that. Okay, the streets are going crazy again. So I'm gonna use the pointy brush, or the pointy part of my brush, to create those sesame, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, sesame seeds. And make it quite random. You don't want to do this in a particular pattern. These sesame seeds are randomly sprinkled all over the bun, so you don't want to do a specific pattern like a star or a square or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, guys. You've eaten a burger for sure. Let me check. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Very, very nice. Okay, now I'm gonna wash my brush out again. Okay, we're not yet done actually with the patty. I'm gonna add more details to it later. But for now, I'm just gonna get my white again. I'm gonna use my white, and I'm gonna try to dry brush this area. Since again the light is coming from the left side, this should be a little highlighted. And since the brown paint is still wet, kind of blends or mixes with the white, it just makes it more realistic for me. I'm gonna get some browns and reds. All right, like that. All right. Okay, again, using my pointy brush. I think I really need more white. Right, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna get my yellow green. Again, let's work on the leaves, guys. I want to make the greens really, what do you call that? Like lush. This is not a plant painting, but yeah, it's quite lush and very green and leafy. Okay, adding more details. Okay, adding some more greens. And then some dark greens as well, don't forget. As you move towards the right, your greens should be a little greener. Okay. All right, let me check. Yummy. That's all I can say, guys. Yummy. All right. Now I'm gonna get my yellow, just pure yellow. But then, of course, if you cannot prevent the mixing of other colors, it's all right because we're doing a natural subject here. Okay, don't take it too literally, guys. I mean, natural meaning we're painting food. Some people may not call this food, but of course you can you can create your own burger at home and it's still food, right? It's not junk food. So please, I don't want to debate on what food is healthy and what food is not. All right, and now I think I'm gonna go and detail even more the ham and the patty. And for that, I'm gonna get my white. We're going to do a lot of dry brushing and highlighting. Sorry, not dry brushing, highlighting. But we can highlight by dry brushing as well. And then I'm going to make it more brown. Right here. Let's just fix this area. Okay, using a pure white, let's go back to the sesame seeds and highlight some seeds, guys. Not all, just a few. Here. Okay. Highlights. right. If you want to make it more leafy, it's up to you guys. You can do that. Let me check. Oh, this is good. Oh my god. I'm gonna go and detail even further. As you know me, guys, I'm gonna go and detail even further the meat part. I'm just gonna glaze some brownie reddish color. And then I'm gonna go and get my black. Okay, like that. Right. Again, let's try to be, or I mean, let's try to outline it again. Not to be. What am I saying? Okay, I'm gonna get my white. And since the light is coming from the left side, I might as well highlight this area like that. And I'm sorry, but I have to correct the ham part. I have to extend it even further here. Like that. Okay, yeah, I forgot. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Looks so yummy. I'm gonna add some brownie spots again on the ham part. Alright. And using white, we're going to highlight the burger or the ham, just to highlight it. Like that. In here, highlighting the tomato like that. So here. Alright. Now I'm gonna get some red and brown. So just combine your red and brown. And I'm going to make some, actually more red. Some spots, okay? You don't want the buns to be super perfect. That's just not how a burger bun looks like. there should be some spots, markings on the bread. Let me check. This is nice. I like it. I like it, guys. Like that. I'm going to remove the too much dark color right here. Okay. Right. That's nice. Really nice, guys. Okay. So everything else actually that I'm doing is just detailing and finishing touches. But of course, I still want to show you how it's done. All right. Yeah, this is good, guys. This is good. So I think I have to sign this now because it's basically done. So I'm gonna sign. Where do you think I should sign? I'm gonna sign right here on the bottom left, bottom right. What am I saying again? Yes, very good. Very nice. I really like this painting. I think this is one of my favorite burger paintings of mine. I just love it. So I hope you enjoy this one and I hope you have burger today because I think I'm gonna have one today. What do you think? So thank you for watching. I hope you like this one. Share this with your friends. Let me know if you're painting along with me. Let them or let other people know that I exist. And thank you so much, guys, for the 7,000 subscribers. Oh my god, like yesterday I hit 7,000 and I was like, wow, oh my god. I started with nothing and now we've reached 7,000. So I'm really happy. And yeah, I think this is my anniversary. No, no, not anniversary, but my celebratory painting. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. And again, thank you so much for your amazing support. Love you.